Hello everybody. Today is currently May the 9th, 2023. As most of you know, yesterday was a very emotional yet joyous day. Letitia Stauch was found guilty on all counts, and she was sentenced on the same day we got the verdict and the sentencing. She was sentenced to 2 life terms without the possibility of parole. She will not be getting out. She cannot harm another child. Gannon's voice is finally shining through. It was a beautiful moment with the victim impact statements, which I will be uploading Landon and Al's statements in a separate video. But for this video, as most of you know, I have just recently uploaded a video showing the press conference with Landon and her reaction the day that Gannon's body was found in Florida. So I think it's only fitting now that we show the press conference with Landon and Al both to give their reactions to yesterday's guilty verdict. And I have to say, I'm incredibly proud of both of them. They have been so strong. These press conferences are, well, not this press conference, their speeches is incredibly powerful. They have fought so hard for their son, and we stand with them every step of the way. And I'm just so thankful that we can finally say justice has been served for Gannon, and he will forever be in our hearts, and we will never let his legacy die. I can promise you that. So here we go, guys.
About 3 years ago, we were set up in this similar room, giving us the worst news that was imaginable. The news that our son was no longer alive. And now I stand here today with some of the happiest news that we have waited 3 years for, is that he has finally received justice. And we have no more fears of this lady, the defendant. She will be locked up for the rest of her life, and I can sleep at night knowing that she will not harm anyone else. I thank the community. I thank Larson Ranch. I thank my church family. I thank Restoration. I thank everyone that is here today, Albert's family, my family, people that are watching at home. I also want to thank the judge, the jurors, and Michael Allen and your team for putting up with me and my emotional mess that I've been since from the beginning. But I've adopted a new family, and I'm very blessed to have you in Gannon's Army. You are a true inspiration, all of you. The days that I've had doubt and questions, you stood by us, and I'm very thankful. I can't give enough thanks. It's just one of those things that I just have to give God all the glory, because he has been a gracious God. When Gannon was born, we had one other time to fill the room. Gannon was born 1 pound 6 ounces. Our church came and the whole hospital was filled. This other time is in the courtroom in this 3-year journey, and I'm so thankful for every search effort, for every manpower that was put in, every foot that walked across the snow. You never gave up. And earlier, divine intervention was mentioned, and I have full faith. 11:11 was in some messages, the body being found. It's one of the hardest things to accept, but it was also one of the biggest pieces to this puzzle. And I'm so thankful to serve a God that would open paths for us to keep moving forward. So I stand here today when I encouraged you last time just to do good deeds, to make sure you tell your loved ones you love them. If you have a hard spot in your heart, just pray that you can get it out, because you're never promised tomorrow. We wake up and we think that we have our days planned, and little do we know things can happen, and that can change your whole aspect of life. But I pray that our community continue to come in together in times that we definitely need it. There's too much evil going on in this world. And I am blessed to be Gannon's mom. 11 years that we were given with him. He's done more in his 11 years than a lot of us would do in a lifetime. So I pray that and ask that you continue to carry his legacy. And I will be forever grateful and proud for everything that you all have done. I thank you with all that I have. And again, thank you, team, for everything. You are my family. And Gannon is dancing. I know that he is, and he's running the clouds like Sonic, and I'm sure he's singing songs, as you know, Albert, and he's probably looking down, playing video games with you and letting us know what game's going to come out next. He's never going to leave us. And I'm so thankful that you're his father. And it's been an amazing blessing to call him our son. So thank you, guys.
So I just want to start with something I said in my statement in the courtroom that, it's hard to say this, but Gannon, he's still with us. It's hard not to talk about him in the past tense, but he is. He's with us, Landon, and he always will be. And I feel that he will be with many of us through the community and the families that are here and all over this country, as I've learned throughout this investigation. So thank you all for that and your love and support. Today, I just want to leave you with two words. And the first word I don't use lightly based on what we've been through for the past 5 or 6 weeks, but the dichotomy of this situation. As what we saw in the courtroom today, I think is a true win for everybody involved, for the justice system, for us as the family. But for me, it only solidifies the loss that I'll never get to see my boy again. And as we learn to move forward, we're never going to move on, but as we learn to move forward in our lives, we're never going to let him go. And that I can stand firm on. The second word I want to leave you with today is joy. And before I get into that, I do want to remind the world, the only crime Gannon committed was being a mama's boy. And if that carries a sentence of death, then I'm next, because I love my mama. And I guarantee you there's men and boys all over this world who would carry the same thing. I'm a father now to some additional kids that have come along my way, and 6 boys, and they're all mama's boys too. Every single one of them. But that second word, joy, that's what I want to leave you with. As a result of this horrible tragedy, I've had so many positive things come in my life. The community support, the finding a new family, as Landon said, with the all the people that supported the investigation. But my wife, who also had a tragedy in her life, Melissa, lost a son in 2020 as well. One that didn't get the publicity of Gannon, one that nobody knows about. But we decided as we met and developed a relationship that through tragedy we will triumph. And the joy that she has brought into my life, and we have 6 kids, and all those kids have brought into my life as well, is worth every minute of the heartache. As she said in her words that she had me share, would we trade it for having our boys back? Absolutely not. But all we can do is take what we're given and move forward and try to find the joy in our lives and not let the pain overcome us. As you heard in my statement, I refuse to let the pain and the heartache and seeking vengeance overcome me and take me away from who I am. And lastly, obviously, I've already expressed my thanks and gratitude to everyone you see in front of you, but I do want to say a special thank you to the media. Early on in this, I asked you to take a step back from doing your job and show me and the rest of Landon and I and our family some respect, and I promised you that when this is over, I'll do my part and answer some questions, and I think we're going to get into that in a little bit. But from the bottom of my heart, Nicole, Colette, and everyone else that has had a part of the media, thank you so much for respecting us, our privacy, our peace, and all of that. I thank you.